Welcome everybody to the World Touring Car 800. Here we are across the globe for round 2 in Watkins Glen, New York. We're in the United States for this one, baby. Fabian Portilla leading the race in P1. Baptiste Beauvoir following behind in second. And Lucas Ordonez in that Nissan starting in P3. Marco Mendoza, could he get Lucas Ordonez on the chicane? Oh, and look at that. Igor Fraga just spun off of the track. We need to get a replay of that to see what this happened. Igor Fraga here, the Brazilian 2024 champion. You can see coming towards the chicane, he's trying to get towards Marco Mendoza. Let's see what just happened. He goes for the braking zone. It looks like he took that bump. The car didn't absorb that bump really well. Then he spins off of the track, bringing out those yellow flags. And Matthew Macklin nearly made contact with him too, dropping down to 12th place. In the meantime, Beeper, who won the Tokyo Sprint last week, is now in P18, getting that clean overtake on Adam Wilk. Nice. He started in P20, now he's in 18th, trying to fight for some type of points. Well, was his win in Tokyo just beginner's luck? Really? Daniel Solis and the Alfa Romeo. It's a double overtake for Beeper. Wow! Flawlessly gets through Simon Bishop and Daniel Solis through the inside line as you guys do the same towards Kanata Kawakami, and he does it! Wow! This really isn't beginner's luck. It is pure, raw skill! And he goes a little wide off that track there, and it looks like that might result in a penalty. The track limit laws here are pretty freaking strict. But he did not get a penalty. It doesn't look like it. Bieber in 14th now. He's doing pretty freaking good. Pretty good. You know, there's actually been quite a couple of rumors of Beeper moving to a different team next season. Even though it looks like he's doing perfectly well in that Subaru, there has been rumors that a team like Chevrolet or Alfa Romeo want to sign him for next season. We don't know if that's true though, but until then, that's just the rumors. And you don't always believe the rumors, right? You wait until something official has been said. And I feel like Beeper might stay with Subaru because, well, they're performing amazingly. And look at that. He's trying to get towards Igor Fraga, who overtakes Matthew Macklin, trying to redeem himself. Can Beeper get towards ahead of Matthew Macklin? He does that! Wow! Clean into the streets! He's trying to catch up towards Igor Fraga! Can he do that? I am not sure. It might be possible. Beeper has the fastest lap of the entire race so far. Could he keep that achievement? Could this be his second win in a row? I'm not sure. Let's find out. But that flawlessly gets that overtake on Igor Fraga. He does a little drift there, but in the end, he ultimately stays ahead. Fabian Portilla, race leader. Wow, Beeper goes a little wide there. That would definitely result in a track limit penalty. Yup, you can see it up there. Penalty, 0.5 seconds for going past those track limits there. So, there's actually a penalty line up ahead, somewhere on the track, towards the end, like around the midfield, I think. There's a penalty line, in which if you have a penalty that needs to be served, once you cross that penalty line, then it'll automatically cut off any power input that's received to your engine for the time being. So, for example, Beeper's going to have no power for half a second there. It's going to automatically slow his car down. But looks like he's now in 8th, getting those points back flawlessly. Coque Lopez should be afraid. He's in P7 for BMW, trying his absolute best to not get bested by Beeper. Looks like Martin Grady and the Audi, they make slight contact there. Martin Grady, he would definitely be at fault. See, Beeper is starting to slow down. He's going towards the penalty line. which is coming up right at this corner, I think. Yep, there it is. See, he's gonna slow down. He slowed down. But it looks like he's going to keep on pushing towards Coque Lopez. One of his teammates, Mikhail Hizal, P6. He finished Tokyo in P20, so to be in P6 right now, acting like as if Tokyo never happened, it's pretty impressive. Let's see if he could finish in the points. Tomoaki Yamanaka in P5. Pretty good result for Toyota considering Igor Fraga's earlier mistake. Baptiste Beauvoir is the first to pit, which is pretty cool. Beeper now in 6th. Can he get past everyone? Wow! It's a double overtake again! Towards the inside line! Beeper gets another double overtake! This is insane! This is absolutely insane! Could he snatch a podium from Lucas Ordonez? I think it's possible! They nearly trade paint there, but that's okay because Beeper is not suffering any penalties from that because it doesn't look like there was contact made. Coming toward that chicane, if Beeper could keep this up, he could get another podium, or even better, his second win. Here we go. Marco Mendoza, P2. He was in P8 in Tokyo, but now he's in P2. This could be his best result yet, actually. P2 of that Aston Martin. Could he keep it up? And could he have a good pit strategy to keep P2 or a very good position? Just listen to that engine. Wow. It's a great sound. Here we go. Coming towards the next corner. Marco Mendoza. Doing pretty well, actually. Showing average pace. He's doing pretty good. Beeper is coming, though. He's approaching pretty quickly at that. Fabian Portilla. Looks like he's going towards the pits. And he's going for a refill. Let's pay a visit to the back of the grid, shall we? Valerio Gallo, P19. Another unfortunate race for him. This is not Honda's season. Baptiste Beauvoir, however, is in dead last. He was in 4th, I think, for Tokyo? And it looks like Adam Wilk is starting to pit as well. But in the meantime, Baptiste Beauvoir now in P19. Angelino Stroza, P17. But then there's Daniel Solis, P16. Alfa Romeo has never really been the best team. They're like a midfield team at best. So let's see. Could he try to get some points for them? Oh yeah, that loud engine scream was not the Alfa Romeo, lol. That was Simon Bishop and that Ferrari. Matthew Macklin in that C8. Sorry, I'm stupid. I don't know cars. I'm an idiot. Sorry, in that C7R. Putting on a great performance for the struggling Chevrolet. Fabian Portilla, P13, dropping down from the lead. Kanata Kawakami, P11. Could he try scoring some points for Lexus again? Wait, no, I don't think he scored points in Tokyo. I don't remember. Takuma Miyazono, P10, just barely scraping points. If he could keep this up, Subaru could finish with all points. You know, Beeper winning the race, Mikhail Hizal finishing in a good position, and Takuma Miyazono in P10. Listen to all those engines. It's so diverse. Coque Lopez, BMW. He's putting on a pretty good result for the German team. Nicolas Rubelar, his teammate, is right in front. Now in P6. He's trying to get past Lucas Ordonez on that straight. Can he do that? He does! Nicolas Rubelar of BMW overtakes Lucas Ordonez, going around the inside line. Going ahead, pulling ahead. Lucas Ordonez started in, I think it was 1st or 3rd, I think. Now he's in 6th. That's a pretty unfortunate drop. Martin Grady, P4 in that Audi. See, Igor Fraga took the line that same way, going over that bump there in that chicane. It's just that Martin Grady didn't spin out this time, and just not on the first lap. As we are now halfway through, we have reached the halfway point. Lap 6 of 10. There are 5 laps left. Here we go. Beeper's cruising in first. I think this might be another win for him. Pretty freaking good. Pretty good. Marco Mendoza, P2. He's been holding his position for a while now. Mikhail Hizal in P3. This is another great result. From 20th in Tokyo to P3 in New York. Could he keep this position? I'm not sure. Or will he face another dramatic drop down to below the points? I don't think so. I mean, Subaru has been putting on a great performance recently, like especially in Tokyo with Beeper's race, and also in last season too. It looks like Beeper going into the pits. Did they just make contact there? I was not sure about that. Hold on, let me get a replay of that real quick. Beeper here. Mikhail Hizal. He does! Mikhail Hizal bumped into Beeper as Beeper pulls into the pit lane. And it looks like Beeper's gonna go for some new tires and a quick refill that should last him for the rest of the race. Mikhail Hizal, who chose not to pit, is cruising in the lead. Could he keep this lead, or will he be overtaken and put into second or third, maybe even below? I'm not sure, but until then, it looks like he's cruising in that Subaru. After all, they have the fastest car on the grid. Taking a pretty good line. Tires are screaming at him, but hey, if his tires are screaming that loud, then you know he's pushing to his limits. Putting on a pretty good show. Very good show, actually. P1 so far. Takuma Miyazono in the Subaru also. This could be a 1-2 for Subaru, unless Beeper manages to snag P3. It could be a 1-2-3 finish for Subaru. Subaru's full podium lockout. But seriously though, this will be one of his highest. This will be his highest finish of the season, of this season so far, if he manages to finish in second. Pretty freaking good. Fabian Portilla, P3 in that Dodge. Pretty well. In Tokyo, he finished P2. But I mean, hey, it's still a podium finish either way. Could he keep his position? Or could he overtake Takuma Miyazono? Looks like Mikhail Hizal is going into the pits for some new tires. And will he go for a refill? Yes, he does, of course. In the meantime, Takuma Miyazono also goes, only for some new tires. Igor Fraga also in the pits for new tires and a refill. So is Simon Bishop, who's in 5th. Pretty high position for him. Pretty good. Could he keep the position though? Never mind, he drops to P7. And nope, he keeps dropping. Beeper is in P10. No, P8 so far. Here we go, P8 so far. He goes a little wider on there, but it's nothing. He looks like he nearly spins. Going through this part and flat out. And zoom. Look at that. Speed. Beeper only knows 2 speeds. Fast and faster. Nicholas Rubelon in that BMW is trying his best to push as much as he can to keep Beeper in 8th. Could he do that? I'm not sure. It looks like Beeper might go around the outside. Nope, that's just the racing line. Look at that! Could Beeper go on the inside? He does! That is so clean! That is what we call racing! That is clean sportsmanship! That's good sportsmanship right there. That is racing! We are racing! Looks like Beeper almost spun there. Looks like Ryota Kokubun, 6th place for Mazda. This is a pretty freaking good race for Mazda. Their highest finish so far this season. Beeper in 6th though, gets that overtake around the outside too. And then there's Takuma Miyazono in P5. Beeper's teammates. Looks like Beeper would get the overtake there. He's absolutely trying his hardest. And he's through. Marco Mendoza. He was in P2 for a good while now. He's in P4. No, P3. No, P4. P5. Beeper just overtook him. Whoa. He's really trying to get that first position back. Fabian Portilla in P3. Could he hold on to that podium? Remember in Tokyo when they made contact! Beeper and Fabian Portilla makes contact with each other! Wow! What an asshole move! Okay, Fabian Portilla, you big dick. Beeper in P3. Tried to get to Mikhail Hizal in P2, and Martin Grady leading the race. Martin Grady leads the race for Audi. This would be their first win of the season if Martin is able to keep this together. Because Mikhail Hizal and that Subaru and Beeper too, they have the fastest cars in the grid. Subaru is the fastest team. If Martin Grady is able to keep this position in that Audi, then God knows what else he's capable of. I can't speak. God knows what else is he capable of. That looks like he's able to hold on for a good while. Mikhail Hizal trailing like behind, trying to do his best for Germany. Martin Grady looks like he's going to be holding on, and it looks like he might be getting that win. He's gonna get that win. Nope. He has his turn signal on. Martin Grady is going for the pits on the penultimate lap. And it looks like Mikhail Hizal will be in the lead. Beeper in second. It's not even fight or flight anymore. It's just fight for that win. It's Subaru versus Subaru. Which Subaru will win? Beeper or Mikhail Hizal? Look at that, they're pretty close. Beeper looks like he has to get a fuel map on because he is running short of fuel there. Which is unfortunate because he was really looking forward to pushing this lap. He's absolutely trying his best. Look at that, he goes off the grass there. In the end, he's still trying to do his best on that fuel map to 6, which is the highest it can go. You know, full conservative for fuel. Okay, he's all the way at first. Could he hold on to it? Or could Beeper get an overtake and take his second win of the season? 2 wins in a row is a pretty big deal, you know? Rihanna Kokubun in the Mazda, Fabian Portilla in that Dodge trying to get the overtake for his second podium of the season. Takuma Miyazono in that Subaru trying to get a good result. You can see Beeper over here. The gap only looks like it's gonna get bigger. Mikhail Hizal going smooth and steady through those corners. Beeper's just going attack mode. Come on, I just want to win. That sounds like something he would be saying right now. And he keeps going on the grass there a little bit, so that doesn't really help with his times. But look at that! Here we go! Round 2 of 16! He finished Tokyo in dead last! Now he's on the front of the grid! Mikhail Hizal will take the win for the Watkins Glen! So his Beeper crashed because he ran out of fuel. Beeper did. He would take second barely. Rihanna Kokubun, P3. Fabian Portilla is not so lucky, not getting a podium this time. Martin Grady, we thought he was going to get his first win of the season, but nope, he's in P8. What an amazing performance from Mikhail Hizal for Germany. What a race that was. Absolutely splendid race. An amazing race that was here in upstate New York for round 2. Mikhail Hizal of Germany and Subaru gets the win for this race. What an amazing performance. see, he finished P20, dead last in Tokyo. Now he's at the front of the grid. Following suit is Beeper. Amazing performances, by the way. Ryota Kokubun in P3, knocking out the podium. Fabian Portilla, P4. Takuma Miyazono, P5. It's an all-points finish for Subaru. Nicolas Rubilar in P6. Tomoaki Yamanaka, P7. Martin Grady, P8. Igor Fraga, P9. Not his best finish, but hey, at least he gets points. And finishing off the points is Daniel Solis in the Alfa Romeo. They will happily take points, even if it is just 1 point. Simon Bishop, P11 for Ferrari. Lucas Ordonez, P12. Adam Wilk, P13. Not Ford's best result, but hey, it was definitely better than Tokyo. Matthew Mackerlin, P14 in that Corvette. It's definitely a better result from Tokyo as well. That is a tricky track. Marco Mendoza, P15. What an unfortunate race for him. He was pretty good at the start. He was in first for a while too, and he could have gotten third. But then he's knocked down all the way to 15. That's honestly just sad. Kanata Kawakami, P16, not Lexus' best result. Nicolas Rubilar's teammate, Coque Lopez, P17, that BMW. Angel Inestrosa, P18 for Porsche. Baptiste Beauvoir, P19. And Valerio Gallo finishes off the grid in P20. What an unfortunate race for him. Anyways, I'll see you next time, so yeah, bye!